we are going in the opposite direction. Before, we've gone from equation to graph. Today we're going from a graph and we're going to find the slope-intercept equation. And I'm going to talk about point slope too and make it a little open-ended. See what you guys think. We'll talk about that in a second. So you will be given a graph today. I'm just gonna, you don't have to draw this, but let's say this is your graph right here. And your answer will be of the form y equals mx plus b. So again, we'll do this, but then I do want to talk about point slope form as well, going from a graph to point slope. It's kind of interesting. By the way, since I mentioned that, what's the equation for point slope?
y1 minus, or y minus y1 equals x, equals mx.
Nice.
Minus x1.
Yeah, perfect. All right, but today we're going to focus on converting to this, and then we'll talk about why we don't so much convert from a graph to that form. That's what I want to get to. So, first example, find the slope-intercept equation of the line graph below. So unfortunately, you do have to draw the graph. In your notes, you can just say find the slope-intercept equation. Okay?
How many steps are there?
3 steps. All right, here is our first graph. I'm going to draw it on here. Not the perfect line, but it'll do. Okay, I did that for a reason. I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Here's my 2 points. You do need 2 points to figure this out. Okay, so there's my line, and it says find an equation given that line. Like he said, it's simple. All you need is slope and y-intercept if you want to put it in slope-intercept form. So first of all, yes?
What's step 3? I didn't get it.
Write the equation. What is the y-intercept of this graph?
3.
2.
Oh, I thought that said 3.
That's x-intercept. X-intercept is 3, y-intercept is 2. Okay, so down here, we're just going to write b equals 3. b equals 2. Next, we're going to find the slope. How do you find the slope given a line? Okay, so what would you do?
Go down 2 over 3.
All right, so she's going to start at this point right here. You can choose any point on the graph. You do need to have 2 points, though. She said go down 2, 3 to the right. What's that slope?
2/3. I mean,
Yep, went down, negative 2/3. Okay. Next step is the final step is just to write the equation. Now, what I normally do, you don't have to do this. You don't have to write y equals mx plus b necessarily, but the reason I'm doing that is why? Because we are just replacing them with the numbers we just found. So the final answer is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. And that's your answer. So yes, it is easy.
Wait, can you go back up? I didn't get that.
I do want to add a little bit to step 3. So for step 3, write this. Write the equation and simplify. I just thought about that. Sometimes you need to simplify the equation. Not for this one, but for the next one we're going to do. We're going to need to simplify that one. All right, any other questions about the first example? Great. Let's go on to the second one. Let me draw some arrows here for this one. So we got an arrow there, arrow there. Otherwise it wouldn't be a line, it'd be a line segment. Okay. So first of all, let's find the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? Good. It's right there, right? It crosses the y-axis at 0. So I'm going to write b equals 0. Next, what's the slope?
1, 1.
Okay, up 1 over 1. Doesn't matter what point you start at. Now, how do you simplify 1 over 1?
1.
1, okay. Next, we're going to write the equation and simplify. Okay, said before. So we got y equals mx plus b. So y equals, I'm going to replace m with 1, which we just found out, and 0 for b. And here's where we need to simplify, okay? This, y equals 1x plus 0.
Y equals X.
Y equals x, thank you. Okay, so you guys kind of contributed both things. So plus 0, right? The 0 goes away. Anything plus 0 is itself. 1 times x is x. So the 1 and the 0 go away. They're implied. Your answer is y equals x. 2 more examples, and then I'll let you get to it. Okay. So first of all, what's the y-intercept of this line? Well, there's a shortcut to this one, but what's the y-intercept of this line? 3. Okay. So b equals 3. Like I said, there is a shortcut. What's the slope? 0. Because there is no rise. It's all run, right? So it's 0 over 1 or whatever, which is just 0. Okay? So you have y equals mx plus b. So y equals 0 x plus 3. Now what does that simplify to?
Y equals 3.
Y equals 3. So here's the shortcut. If it's a horizontal line, right, you just basically look at what that y value is, and that gives you the equation for the line. Okay?
Yes.
Now what about a vertical line?
Fine.
But it still has an equation.
X equals whatever it is.
X equals whatever it is. Okay, let's look at one like that. I'll just, somebody pick a number.
7.
Between -5 and 5.
3.
3. Okay? So here's our vertical line. And like you said, wherever it crosses the x-axis is what's the equation for the line is going to be. That one doesn't have a y-intercept, so we can't really even find it, right? It doesn't even cross the y-axis. The slope is undefined. We just need to know that the x value is always 3 on this line no matter what. No matter what point you pick, let's say you pick this point, it's 3, 3. The x value is 3. This point's 3, -4. The x value is still 3. Therefore, the equation for that line is x equals 3. And that should be everything for this worksheet. I'll give you a little bit to finish it, and then we'll go over the answers.
I thought